TV 1060.
So many Black lives incarcerated. So many Black lives silenced. When will we stop the madness?
Hi, thank you everyone for joining us again. And this is Wisdom, and we're here at the after with executive producer Felix Washington and our social media girl Chantel. Sorry you couldn't be here today, girl, but I know you're watching. Thank you, and welcome back everybody to the after. We appreciate you coming back and tuning in with us. Today, I'm gonna let these lovely ladies introduce themselves. We had two lovely ladies from I'm gonna let them give you a spiel about who they are and where they came from. So, Miss Bree.
My name is Briasia. I'm from Douglasville. I'm from Carrollton, but I stay in Douglasville, and I'm 18.
My name is Breon, and I'm 21, and I was raised in Douglasville, but live in Marietta.
So I got these two lovely ladies. Let me tell y'all about these ladies. I met them at a program they had to attend called Youth Against Violence. Sorry, I don't mean to put your business out there, but these are two of my girls that I met, man, when I first saw them, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get them too, because they looked like they didn't want to be there at all, which I can understand. But at the end, you know, they became very special to me. They're very intelligent, bright, beautiful young women, and we just want to, you know, continue to encourage them to, you know, go forth in life. Few questions I want to ask them to get to know them even better, and maybe they need to ask me some questions to kind of get to know, you know, or, you know, something that just might just be on their minds. So, Briasia, how was it going through that class? Wait, and tell me, you know, some of the things that, you know, you took from it.
Well, at first I really ain't want to be there. Like, I really didn't want to be there. But like gradually as the weeks went on, it wasn't bad. I actually wanted to come. I enjoyed being there, and it was a lot of interesting stuff like going on. A lot of different people coming and telling their stories, and it was interesting. It made me want to come more, even though I didn't want to be there.
So, what do you think you took from that?
A lot of different life lessons. It just made me see the bigger picture of life more. Like, it's not really about in the moment. Need to think before you do stupid stuff, because you got a long life ahead of you, way bigger than what it seemed like now.
So it really wasn't a punishment type thing. It was
no,
more
definitely
so...
not. I feel like if it was a punishment, we would have never been put in a class.
All right, absolutely. And you?
It felt like a punishment to me.
Why do you think that? Why do you think what? Initially or after, you know?
Initially, it felt like a punishment. I was forced to be there. That's a punishment. If you're forced to do something, that's a punishment in my eyes.
So if you're forced to do something, and when you say forced, what caused you to be in that program, if you don't mind me asking?
I had went to jail.
Okay.
And in order for me to get out, I had to attend 2 classes, and Youth Against Violence is one of them.
Okay. So, and when you say forced, that means what?
I was told that if I did not attend, I would go right back where I was.
Okay. So it was a choice, right? It was a decision. And so when you say I was forced, I look at it as, okay, I did something back, you know, made a mistake, and then I was afforded this opportunity to try to rectify it, right?
Sure, you can put it that way.
No, like, because, you know, back when I was growing up, I didn't have these opportunities. You know, I didn't have these opportunities to a second chance or to get it right. You know, and a lot of kids don't have that opportunity. So, and it was a blessing in disguise, you know, for you all to be able to get this instead of,
I can say that
jail.
now.
Yeah.
Just because of you.
Because of me.
Yeah.
Why you say because of me?
Because, I don't know, you seem more interested in me than everybody else.
Oh, I appreciate that because I am. I love y'all. I'm passionate about y'all lives, about where y'all going and what y'all trying to do and what y'all trying to accomplish in life. I want to see y'all win, you know, all the time, all the way around. Call me whenever, however, you know, it is it. It is what it is. I am who I am, say I am. You know, if I say I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there. So, Breasia, let me say this. Beautiful girl. When I met Breasia, she was stone-faced, did not want to be in the class, you know, but God allowed me to see some things in her that she probably didn't even understand herself, you know. And I wanted to ask, if it's not too personal, what direction were you going in that caused you to, you know, veer from the path that you were on?
Like, ask me the question again.
So you were on a path, you was in school, high school, right? Ready to graduate, ready to do what you need to do to go on. You have now since told me that you wanted to go to the Army, or Navy Army. You wanted to, so what veered you from that path that caused you to get in, you know, that?
Well, I had already said I was going to go to the Army. So the decision that I made to even get in the Youth Against Violence class was dumb on my part. Like, it was just dumb. But my mind was still made up then. I just really hadn't put any effort into doing what I said I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. So when I got in trouble, it really just made me want to do it more, just due to the fact that the judge worked with me and told me that he put me in the Youth Against Violence class, and he gave me community service, and I had a fine. But he told me once I finished my community service in the Youth Against Violence class and I had to pay my fine off, that he'll drop the charges. So
he afforded you an opportunity for this not to be on your record, so you can pursue your dreams,
right?
Right. Okay, so I know you've had some tragedies and you had some things that you've had to deal with emotionally, you know, can you tell me, expound on that a little bit more?
As far as my brother?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my brother died. I was 9. But no, he died in 2010. I'm 19 now. So I was
9?
Yeah, 9.
10.
It was one of them. I was in 4th grade. I was in 4th grade or 5th grade. And I was home by myself, and my mom, she had called me, and she told me that she was on her way home. She had to do something. So I had got off the bus, and I was there for a while by myself. And Mom had called me, and she told me that someone had called her and told her something about a bus wreck. Like, it was a bus wreck. But she didn't know. And she said that she didn't want to say it was my brother, but she felt like it was. So, like, probably like 15 minutes had passed, and I heard people like in our garage. Like, the garage door was open because my mama said she was coming, so I left the garage door open. And I heard people in the garage, and I heard people like knocking at the door, but I was scared because my mama hadn't called me and told me that she was gonna come. So it was like a lot of police outside, and it was like just a lot of people outside, and I was scared to go because I hadn't talked to my mama. So I stayed in the house like 30 minutes. They kept trying to get me to come outside, and I wouldn't come outside. And I heard a voice. It sounded familiar, and they had told me to come outside, but I didn't come. And I had looked outside, and it was my aunt, and she was just crying. She was crying. And I went to go open the door, and she was crying, but I didn't really understand like what exactly was going on. Then probably an hour had passed. My mom had came, and she got out of the car, but by then, like, all our family had news. So it was like the street was full of our families, like a lot of people outside. So nobody had told my mom, but she knew. So she came, and they told her. But basically, the bus driver, he was on the bus, like, going to vocational school because he could draw. Mm-hmm. So he was going there, and the bus driver didn't have a proper license. He took medicine that, like, made him drowsy. So he was, like, dozing off while he was driving the bus. And while he was driving, he kept dozing off, and one of the wheels went off the road, and he couldn't, like, turn the wheel back to get back on the road. And he lost control, and my brother flew out the window, and the bus landed on top of his chest and collapsed.
So what kind of profound effect has that had, in your life? Did it motivate you to want to do better for him, or was it a process you had to go through, a grieving process that made you angry? What kind of emotions were you feeling? I know it was you were younger, but death is death.
It didn't really hit me until like I got older, like when I got to high school. Because I didn't really understand when I was younger. It just made me grow up faster because my brother was older, so a lot of stuff that he would do, like I normally did then. So it just made me grow up faster. It made me be stronger for my mom.
Okay. And how's your mom taking that right now? Is she? I know it was a hard pill today to see Monique today and give her story about her son today, and I know that was kind of tough for you. So how's everything? The emotional aspect of it now with you and your mom and.
Like in the beginning, my mom, she took it real bad, but now I feel like it's just worse than what it was now. Like I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like I don't understand how she coped with it because I know she still don't. Like it's not easy for her.
It's never easy losing anybody, especially a child, and I pray, that God will just give her strength, to continue to endure, and you as well, and push you forward, and make you, do this for your brother, I got this this lesson a couple of weeks ago, because when I found out about, me having this tumor, I was like, for 3-4 days, I was like, woe is me, sleep, crying, and I seen this lady. She was a pastor, and she said, if you have a pulse, God has a purpose for your life. So if you're still breathing, it's a purpose.
Definitely.
So I encourage you. I am so proud of the young lady that you've become. And I encourage you to keep just going forward because, God got great things in store for you. So, stay focused, love on your mom and and stay prayed up because you're going to win in this. You're going to win. And I'm going to be at the graduation and say, hey. And so you, my lovely lady, I love you. You're such a beautiful girl. So I met this young lady as well coming through the program, and she was like this, rough and tough. I'm not, and I ain't. And I said, yeah, I'm going to get you too.
I didn't say anything.
She didn't say it, but it was written all over her face, and she's such a beautiful girl, and she has such a beautiful spirit. And I just want to, give her opportunity to tell me, a little bit about you and what your plans are and what you're going through and what's keeping you, what's driving you to be better, do better, and, live your best life.
What's driving me right now?
Yeah, what's driving you?
All the disappointments I keep receiving from the ones I love.
Okay.
I guess what steered me down this path is my mom is very lenient, so she didn't care, I didn't care, and it was my birthday, so.
So you think she didn't care as if she didn't care at all, or
I wouldn't say she didn't care about me. It's just she was
doing her
cool mom.
Cool mom, laid
she
back
was
mom.
doing her own thing as well.
Yeah.
My dad, I guess, in your eyes, is another traumatizing thing in my life, I guess.
Not in my eyes.
Yeah, it is in your eyes, because I still don't see how that could affect me now.
So you asked me, I'm going to tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen, she asked me about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and she said, I'm always talking to the young ladies and the young men, while they're going through, the program and wanting to get to know them. I want to know who they are, not just, why they're in the program, not just, what they done, that, I don't want to know that. I want to know who they are so I can better know and understand how to help them, encourage them, empower them to go forward and to do great things. And so Bree asked me, we were sitting and we was eating lunch, and she said, I'm angry and I don't know why. And so as we spoke, Bree started telling me a few things about, her life. And I kept telling her, hey, that's it. That's it. That's it. And would you like to expound on what we spoke about? I don't want to.
I don't mind.
You know? Okay.
I don't mind, no. Basically, it first started with hearing things at night. I never physically seen anything, but I'd hear things. And my mom attempted a few times to get away from my dad.
So you would hear your mom and dad arguing. You never seen it, but you would hear it, okay?
Yeah. And we attempted to try to leave a few times, but ended up coming back. Didn't understand why. I confided in a friend, and I think her older sister overheard. And her older sister took it upon herself to tell a cop that works at the school I was at the time. And it went from there. Social worker came, so my dad knew I had said something. And then I remember one day I was at school. They said I was getting checked out. I'm thinking it's my mom. I get up there, there's nobody there. They just called me up there. They said there's a detective on the way to come get me. And I was confused. So I got in the car with her. We went and got my little brother. And then that's when we went to a building, seen my mom, but she said she couldn't talk to us yet because she was still, I guess, giving her statement. And as I was sitting there waiting on her, I could see my dad calling me over and over. And I feel like I could have helped him, but in all honesty, that would have got him in more trouble had he tried to run, I guess. So he went to jail 5 years later. I feel as though in that time, in the 5 years, my mom has become my friend.
Instead of your mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have become my little brother's mom at 16. And he's 10.
So you found it. So you feel like some of why your dad is incarcerated. Is he still incarcerated? So some of why he's incarcerated is due to you.
I don't think my mom was brave enough.
Okay.
I think with the social worker coming to the house gave her courage.
Okay. Okay. So do you not see that as not a bad thing, but a good thing?
It's a little bit of both for me.
It's a little bit, yeah.
Just because I could be without the both of them, but in a way I still am.
Yeah, so because your mom has become your friend instead of your parent. And so that kind of made you veer even more so to the left instead of, staying on the course, the path of where you wanted to go in life. So I think, with that being said, when Bree, asked me why she was so angry, she didn't understand, I kind of, tried to help her pinpoint some of the things that were taking place in her life that could cause her to be in this place. And so I think, I know that these chain of events have happened and occurred in her life is keeping her from being, at the top of her game. And it's something that she has to deal with internally, and to be able to forgive. Forgiveness is the key. We talk about this a lot. We've talked about this, right? Forgiveness is the best thing. It's the best form of medicine that anybody could possibly give anybody. So what do y'all think about, you don't think that, your forgiveness for your mom or even for your dad, because you need to understand that your dad violated in a sense that could have taken your mom away from you for the rest of your life. And so now that he's somewhere getting better, your mom has to get even better as well. So you cannot, it's not your fault, and you need to understand that it's not your fault. And we as kids, as young people, tend to, blame ourselves, for those type of things. And it's not your fault. You are being a kid. You are protecting someone you love, and in that moment, your dad was violating or whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to put it out there but I don't know what happened, but apparently it was something that he was doing that was not good for the family, right? So don't be mad and upset at yourself or angry at yourself because what took place, it had nothing to do with you. Your mom kept putting you all back in this situation and your dad kept doing it, so it's not your fault. It's not your fault. I promise you it's not. I promise you it's not. And so as soon as you can accept that and go forth in your life and be able to forgive dad and mom for putting you in this situation, because at the end of the day, you're the child.
How can you forgive someone that continues to do the same thing?
You can. Because, let me tell you something. I don't know if people, know God or understand who he is, but prayer changes things. I went through a whole lot in my life, and I wouldn't be the person that I am now if I didn't learn how to forgive or even ask people for forgiveness. I had to ask, family members and ask other people for forgiveness just as well, because in the midst of me being angry, in the midst of me doing things, I had to ask my children for forgiveness. I left them for 6 years. You understand? And so I had to deal with their anger when I got home because I was not there. So I understand that anger, because I had to understand the anger I had towards my mom, towards my dad. You understand what I'm saying? So I could not deny my kids of their anger when I left them. So the only way you can get better is you learn how to forgive, not for them, but for yourself. Because the cycle will continue if you continue to hold on to the anger. If you continue to hold on to that hurt, your life will continue to do this. And so if I had not forgiven my mom or my dad or even asked for forgiveness, my life would not be where it's at right now.
I learned that when you don't forgive people that you may not want to forgive, it don't do nothing but hurt you. Like,
it hurts.
It hurts you. It don't really affect the person, because I feel like if it affected the person wouldn't have hurt you from the start. You wouldn't feel the way that you feel.
Absolutely.
So
you need let's take for instance, what do y'all think about the young man who forgave the police officer that just shot her brother?
That's his decision. You want what I would feel? I don't think I could have forgave that easily. Yeah. But at the end of the day, that's his life.
Yeah, but do you understand the power behind that?
I feel like he forgave the woman.
Not for her.
For his peace.
Yes.
But not for hers.
Yeah.
But for his peace, so he could be at peace with his brother being gone.
Yeah. And that's what it is. And that's the same with you, babe. You got to be able to forgive your dad, your mom, for whatever it is, whatever circumstance, whatever position they might have placed you in that caused you to do this, that, and a third. You have to learn how to forgive them for you. For you. It's not about them. You understand what I'm saying? But when they can see that, and I wish my daughter could have been here because she had to learn how to forgive me for not being there. You understand? All of my children had to learn how to forgive me, because when I went to, prison, it was, I thought I was doing the right thing by them, taking care of them, hustling, taking care of them. And at the end of the day, it hurt them because I was no longer there, period. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not for you. In the same way I had to tell my son, it's not, the forgiveness is not for me, son. It's for you. You have to get it in order for you to move on in your life. Just like I had to get it and give it for me to be able to move on with my life. So what do you think, Bree, that's going to happen now? Have you had the conversation with your mom to where you think you would be able to move forward with her?
I don't think she's capable to just sit there and talk to me as a person. She looks at me as her 10-year-old daughter. Always. It's like I'll just let her know that I didn't feel like I should be able, I should take care of myself first now that I'm on my own, rather than try to help her just because she asked. Right. And I was trying to talk to her about it, and she's not capable. Right. I would literally have to sit there with maybe a therapist or someone that doesn't know her. Yeah. Because she will show out, for sure.
All the time?
Every time. It's not all the time. It's every time.
So is there any way? Do you believe in the power of prayer? Do you believe in God? Do you know?
I mean, I believe in it, but I don't go to church and I don't pray daily.
It's not about church. It's about where he at here.
I mean, I can believe in him, but I don't.
You don't?
I don't like.
Because of the circumstances, you feel like you're all over the place.
I do. I'm not consistent. I have my days where I try to be.
And it's okay.
The red light.
All right, y'all. Well, we're going to get back to this conversation perfectly that, You know, we can dig a little bit deeper with Bree and Bree, my two girls. So we'll be back in just 1 second. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rear view mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? You have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank
too.
you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
So many Black lives incarcerated. So many Black lives silenced. When will we stop the madness?
Hey everybody, welcome back to the After. We're here with Bree and Bree, my two favorite girls. Look, y'all, we're going to wrap this up really quick. I just want to thank Felix, our executive producer, as well as these two young lovely ladies for coming out. We're going to have part 2 of this conversation, next week, and we will be inviting Bree back so we can finish out this session. We have a lot more to talk about. So thank you, ladies, for coming.
Thanks for having
you.
me.
Thank you for loving me enough to come and share your stories and just and love on me as well as I can love on you all. So stay tuned next week, October, what is it?
11th or 12th.
11th or 12th, one of the two, next Saturday at 3 o'clock for the after. We're looking forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Elmer Horn with Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and we're here in one of our communities, and Sheriff Pounds is here with us. And Sheriff Pounds is very involved in his communities, and he come out. We brought out our grill and our smoker so we can come out and help cook for this community. And Sheriff Pounds himself has come out and helped cook with us, and he's here to cook and help these folks today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the programs that I call Taking My Community Back. If you don't get out there and get involved in your community, you ain't gonna be able to get it back. And the sad part about it, we losing our young men at such a pace that it's unreal. We got to come up with something that will help us with these children. Got to. So this is what I'm doing. I love it. I'm out here in the sun. It's hot, but like I said earlier, we're gonna do these until we get that gap between law enforcement and the community bridge. We're gonna bridge that gap because we're gonna get out of here, we're gonna shake hands, we're gonna find out if they got any kind of problem we can assist them with, and invite them to the sheriff's office and come to the roll call. Just come see what's going on at the office. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you, Sheriff Pounds. And like I said, this is just one of many events that we bring this grill out to help with our communities and get involved.
Conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.